David Calvo. I'm the Director of Family and Community Engagement at CABE, the California Association for Bilingual Education. And we're excited to be at the conference today. And with us, we have Jim and Anna from MoxieBox Art. And tell us more about your art. How does this work?
So we create art kits, and each kit is a month-long project. We do it for K through 12, so all levels. And each kit has a detailed lesson plan and all the art supplies they need to make a keepsake project at the end. So we really value art, and we're trying to bring it back to the school systems to really value arts.
In California, there's been a recent move to increase funding for arts in school. Can you show us more?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just so excited as well that, you know, schools are caring about art, having this space for students to sit down and express themselves and have a space to create and to see what they're feeling and what, you know, cater to a different part of their brains and help them. So anyway, this is one lesson that we have. This is something, I'm actually an artist myself, and I do abstract art, and I created this after an artist who's really well known in Texas, and it's basically abstract. The students get to blow the paint with their straws and with gravity, and they get to interact with paint and with art in a very different way, and then they get to make a collage on top of nature. So I'll show you, because MoxieBox people are like, what is this exactly? Anyway, so I've got this box. We open it up, and all of the materials that they would need for the whole lesson is literally inside. So they get the paint, they get the canvas, all of that, the Mod Podge to seal it all together. But it's really interactive. They get, you know, multiple steps to create it with. And what I really like about all the different lessons is that, you know, they're able to really put their own mark on what they're making. So I fell in love with this company because I think it's so important to me to have kids be able to have this space, because I think about myself growing up and not having art in school. I didn't get art in school. And I'm so grateful that my mom was artistic, that she helped me have the space for that, to make that flourish, because it's become my career. So there really is a space for people to learn how to do this, or just to relax and have fun too and understand themselves better.
In a previous position, I was the principal at an art school, and I think art is just so important for really engaging kids and engaging even their parents, because then their parents become really excited about the work that their kids do. How does this fit into bilingual education?
Well, I think the main way is it's universal. Art is universal. It doesn't matter what language anyone speaks. It's a great way to connect. You can put, in fact, I was just talking today to someone with kids that come from all different countries, and you know, they're thrown into a classroom, and she was so excited to see the art box because she could see this vision of just opening up and connecting to all these kids that have been thrown into our country and they pulled away from their parents. I mean, it was just so sad. I was like, I'm gonna give you boxes. I mean, we've got to make this happen. And that's it. We want to give them an opportunity, a chance to find out who they are, how they can express themselves. It's just so exciting.
So earlier when we were talking, just before we started the interview, you had shared with me that you might have a testimony to share. I wanted to circle back on that.
Okay, well, yeah, I have an entrepreneur by trade, I guess I would say. I've even written an article on it with all my business cards, and I was over 40 business cards. So I have failed over 40 times at business, and I'm very proud of that because it's just learning experiences. And over all those years, I learned and networked, and it brought me to become a CEO of MoxieBox. And now everything just magically falls into place, and it's just from all those learning experiences. So kids, never give up, follow your dreams, and it can all happen.
Anna, I want to make sure you're able to share another story if you'd like to. As we think about the conference theme, the power of our stories, our art, and our dreams, anything else you'd like to share?
You know, it's interesting. So my story, it relates to how I'm also a storyteller. So I work as an artist in different ways, and I find, I work sometimes as a writer, sometimes as a filmmaker, sometimes I'm a dancer. So there's so many different forms of art that we can do. And even looking at this here that somebody made, this form of art is a color expression of feeling and emotion. And so I think that this even has a story to tell. You know, this reminds me of, I was lucky enough to spend some time in China, and the red really tells like a story for me, but somebody else might look at this and see something entirely different. So it helps you learn about yourself too. So anyway, my story though is I think that it's just like, it's beautiful to be able to find yourself through the creation that you make. And I think that like my whole life, again, whether or not I tried to run away from it, like art would always find me. You know what I mean? I'm like, I can't stop making things. But I've also found, I tried to distance myself, and I'm like, I don't think I can. I think this is just a part of who I am. And so I just like love to encourage people to embrace that side of themselves, because it can be so freeing. So that's what I want to share.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Jim, any closing thoughts from you?
Well, I just want to say that, after school programs, there's a lot of money out there in the California school systems. And I just implore that the districts take that money and look for great ways to bring art and all the arts to the children. They need it. It's just perfect timing for them, and let's just make it happen together.
Art in schools. I'm definitely in support of that. Jim, Anna, thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoy the conference. It's been a great conference so far.
Thanks, David. Appreciate it.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.